What is up, YouTube? I'm Devon DaVinci, leader of the Renaissance Crew, and you're watching DaVinci Reacts. Um, I've been experimenting a little bit with the audio because the last collection of videos I released had some weird audio issues, and I believe I figured out what it was, but just let me know if there's any issues with this as far as like the audio peaking or sounding too loud in any specific spots, because I'm still messing around with the settings. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into this. This is a reaction to I believe a movie that they're making, um, an animated movie by DC called Injustice. Now, I believe it's related to the video game Injustice. I've seen the not the I don't really watch playthroughs, but I've seen the story uh, elements of the Injustice games. I've seen both of them because they're very interesting. I know about the origins of how everything starts and what everything does. I even watched like a 5 hour video discussing the comic book of Injustice and talking about like all the different events that happens in it. Now, I'll go ahead and leave my opinions about some of the stuff in Injustice towards the end, but for those of you that aren't familiar, it's pretty much a story about Superman turning bad. Um, it is a very interesting idea, and to me it was the first time I ever ran into a story like this. Before, we had things like Invincible and The Boys, and what was the movie with the kid Superman that turned out to be bad? That movie. There was also that. Before all that, there was Injustice. So let's go ahead and jump into this and see what it has to offer. um I believe this is also made by I'm about to say Midway, Warner Brothers, I guess. But anyway, let's go ahead and check this out. This could be interesting. A second. There we go. All right, let's do this. DC is always the best when it comes to the movies compared to Marvel.
Imagine meeting you here, Lois.
Ooh.
This is a priority call to all Justice League members. A woman is missing.
She's one of ours. Her name is Lois Lane.
Lois. My masterpiece.
Brace yourself! You took his wife. You took his unborn child. And his city. Why?
After all these years, Batsy, you really need reasons from me?
What happened to Metropolis can never be allowed to occur again.
You'll throw away everything the Justice League stands for.
That's interesting. One second. I'm gonna go back real quick. Particular this where he punches. Is there a way to go back a couple frames? I don't think I can. Okay, so if you notice the shadows on his knuckles, it tells me that this is the same people that made the Mortal Kombat movies, the Scorpion's Revenge and Battle of the Realms. Um, I did enjoy those movies. Now, there were some I could discuss those if you want me to, about like the things I enjoyed and the things I didn't enjoy, but for the most part I enjoyed those movies. Um so this tells me that this is a type of movie that isn't going to be too afraid to get away from the kiddie stuff. There probably will be some level of gore maybe, which is very interesting. I'm not going to talk too much about like the premise of Injustice because I think that's something that you should watch yourself. It is a very interesting story, and like the origin of how everything begins is very interesting and cool. Now, partially I blame Batman for it all starting, because all I'm gonna say is if Batman did his job right in the beginning, this would have never happened. And I know there's some people that like to make the argument of, oh, well, Batman isn't somebody that kills and things like that. I understand that. But I feel like in every case, there should be some level of exceptions. I've heard it all. And I just think that Batman puts the world in danger with his non-killing oath that he's made to himself. But With that being said, let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. If you think that this is a movie that will interest you, be sure to let me know. I will definitely be checking this out. Maybe I'll even turn this into a movie of the week reaction. Speaking of which, over on Patreon, there is a thread taking recommendations for what the next movie of the week is going to be. But with that being said, I think I'm going to enjoy this. Now, we will see at the time this releases. Just because a show has or a movie has a good trailer doesn't mean that it's automatically going to be something that's good. Just because it's something that covers a subject that you may be a fan of doesn't mean that it's going to be good. So we'll see. But I'm going to be optimistic and assume that this is going to be a good show or a good movie. And I mean, like I said, DC has done a really good job with their animated movies, and them being good. Now, Marvel is more of the live action area. That's where they specialize in. But DC, when it comes to animated, that's their thing. But anyway, I'm gonna give you the deuces. I look forward to seeing you guys on a future video. And until then, I'm Devon DaVinci. Oh, there we go. I'm Devon DaVinci. I'm signing out, and I will see you all on the next video. Peace.